Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, today from this Inner Guide Q&A program, we are going to discuss about a major defilement that we all have in our life. We are going to discuss that how to deal with this defilement, how we stop this defilement, how we remove this defilement from our life. This defilement is the jealousy. So jealousy is one of the major problems that we face in our life when we are dealing with people, when we see successful people in our life. So when we see people are living happy, when we see the successful people, sometimes we feel jealousy about them, right? So what is the major cause for this jealousy? So the major cause of jealousy is the selfishness. So what do you mean by selfishness? Selfishness means living our life only for ourselves, thinking only about ourselves. That is what you call selfishness. So in this society, we live in a society where most of the people live only for their lives. They always ask, what can others do for me? What can government do for me? We always try to ask, but we hardly give to others. So the more we practice selfishness, the more we think selfish thoughts, we become more and more selfish in this world. When we become more selfish, we feel jealousy about others. When we see people are living happy lives, when we see people are living successful life, we become jealousy. We hate them. We become angry about them. So this is a major problem that we all face in our lives. So how to deal with this? How to stop this? Well, our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us a wonderful way to stop and eliminate this jealousiness from our mind. And that special technique is known as mudita. What do you mean by mudita? Mudita means being happy by seeing others' success. That is called the appreciative joyfulness. If you can be happy by seeing others' success, if you can smile when others are living happy lives, by seeing their happy lives, then you are practicing this special quality of appreciative joyfulness. Remember, by being jealousy, by practicing the jealousy on someone, we cannot gain anything good for our life. There's nothing good, there's no good that we can gain to our life by merely being jealousy on someone. Right? Sometimes we may think that by being jealousy, we become successful. No. Day by day, we will deteriorate our special good qualities if we are practicing jealousiness. So what we have to do? We have to practice appreciative joyfulness. When you see successful people in this world, you have to be happy by seeing them. You can wish the good and well-being of them from your mind, from the deepest place from your heart. Right? You have to be honest to yourself and you can wish others good and well-being. The more you practice this mudita, or the appreciative joyfulness, little by little, the jealousiness will fade away from your mind. And there will be a one day that when you see successful people, when the people are living happy lives, when you see them, you will feel happy about them. Though you are living a hard time, though you are going through a hard time in your life, you can be happy by seeing others' happy lives. Then you can generate the thoughts of mudita. Then you can live happily, and then you can live freely in this society. Because when we feel jealousy, we feel uncomfortable, right? We feel irritated and frustrated. So don't make yourself frustrated. So what you have to do, always practice this mudita. Start your day by practicing mudita. When you get up in the morning, you can wish for all the people that may all people be developed with happiness, comfortabilities, and joyfulness in their life. When you practice and when you generate these thoughts, your mind will be calm, your mind will be happy, and your mind will be free. So that is why our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us that we should practice mudita to eliminate the jealousiness from our mind. Mudita is the antidote for the jealousiness. So when you are living your life, practice the mudita, the appreciative joyfulness. If you practice this, you can live a happy and free life. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, have you ever been criticized by someone in your life? We all have been in that situation in all of our lives. No one can stop other people to criticize us. That is something that is out of our control. You have to keep it in your mind. Criticism, blames, scoldings, and other people's opinions in our life is something that we cannot control by ourselves. That is called the things are out of our control. So, we cannot stop for other person to judge us. Now, normally the nature of people is always they are judging us. They keep on judging, they keep on criticizing, and we cannot stop them. Once our great teacher Supreme Buddha explained this to a Brahmin called Atula. Supreme Buddha said, Purana metang Atula, netang ajjatanamiva. Supreme Buddha explained, Atula, it came from the ancient time. Nindanti tunhi ma'asinam. People will criticize us when we become silent. Nindanti bahubanina. People will criticize when a person who is talking too much. Mitabanim pinindante. When we speak moderately, when we live our life moderately, people may criticize us. Natti loke anindito. There's no person, there's not a single person who has not been criticized by someone in this world. This verse shows us we all have been criticized in this life. We all have been in that situation in our life. So it is a common phenomena or common incident that we have to face in our life. So how to face these criticisms? Well, there are two types of criticisms in our life. One is the criticisms or the criticizers that which helps us to develop our good qualities. Now, the people who always wish the good of us, our parents, our teachers, our elders, may advise you. Like they may criticize our faults. When we face or when we are in such situations, always listen to those criticisms. Always listen to those advices. Do not consider it as a bad thing. Do not consider it as a negative criticism. It is a positive criticism. You can develop the good qualities and you can make your faults correct when you listen to those advices. So they are called positive criticism. And there's another criticism, and then that is the negative criticizing. People may criticize out of jealous. People may criticize us out of anger. They always keep on criticizing it. We cannot stop it. So when we face such situations, the nature of this mind is we become sad, we become depressed, the anxiety will start to develop inside our mind. And what we do is, when we face and when we hear those criticism to our life, we stop the good things, good practices that we are practicing in our life. You should not do that. You should not give up practicing the merits. You should not give up doing good deeds because of others' words. Dear meritorious children and my dear devotees, do not be backed down from criticizing. Face that. Listen to that. But never stop the good of your life. Never stop doing the good in your life. So we all have to face this common incident in our life. So the more we face the criticism in our life, the more we will have the opportunity to build up good qualities within ourselves. So don't think the criticism as a bad thing. They help you to develop good qualities in your life. When you face negative criticism, always be patient. Always be kind towards them. Because they have judged us, they have come to a conclusion about us which is wrong. So what we have to do, we should not argue with them. We should not try to talk back. We should not try to prove them that they are wrong. So what we have to do, just be silent. Just be patient. And always keep on practicing and never stop doing the good deeds and good practices in your life. If you keep on practicing the good things in your life will be successful. It is the nature that when we start doing something good, something wholesome, or when we start doing a service to this world, something good to this world, it is the nature we all face the criticism. All the people who had done a great service to this world, even our great teacher Supreme Buddha, faced criticism. So there's nothing to talk about us. So what we have to do, we have to face those criticism. The more we face the criticism in our life, the more our life will be beautiful. So don't just go through your life. Always grow through your life. When you face those hard times and difficulties in your life, you will always grow through your life. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, when we come to this human world, we had to live with this human population. And also, we have to deal with these humans. So when we are dealing and when we are living with these humans, we will see so many good qualities and as well as bad qualities of humans. So when we take the people around us, when we take the people around who are living with us, we can find so many good qualities and bad qualities. But the problem with us is we are programmed and we have practiced to see always the faults of people, the dark side of people, the evil qualities of people. The more we see the dark and the bad qualities of people, we will get angry. Sometimes we may hold on to resentment. Sometimes we may become jealous. So these evil thoughts may come into our mind when we deal with humans and when we see the dark and the evil qualities of humans. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha advised us that you should always focus on the good of the people. You should train your mind to see the bright side of the people. So, our great teacher Supreme Buddha described there are 5 types of people in this world. The first type of people is the people who do good but they speak evil words. Now in the society, we may find such people. They do so many good things with their body. They may not kill animals, they may save the lives of animals. And they do so many things, so many good things with their body, but their words are bad. What they speak is very bad. So we may find such people. Supreme Buddha advised us that you should always focus on that good quality. You can focus on that good physical actions and you can control the anger upon them. That is the first type of people. Here comes the second type. Supreme Buddha said, there are people who do evil things, but they speak good words. They may kill animals, they may commit sexual misconduct, they may steal the people's possessions, but they speak good words. They may never tell a lie. They may never say any angry words from their mouth. So what you have to do is, you can focus on that good verbal action, good words, and you can control the anger. When you are contemplating on the bright side of people, you will always be kind to them and you will never be angry with them. So that is the second type. Here comes the third type of people. There are people who do evil things as well as who speak evil things. But eventually, by time to time, they may do some meritorious things. You can find such people. Sometimes, very rarely, they may go to temples and they observe precepts and they do some offerings and they do some good things. But it is very rare. Supreme Buddha advised that you should focus on that good quality. You can control your anger by contemplating on that person's good quality. What is that? Oh, they are doing some good deeds, meritorious things, eventually. Then you can control that anger. That is the third type of people. Here comes the fourth type of people. There are people who never do good things from their body as well as from their words, and they never do any good deed in their life. It is very hard to find a good quality of that person. Supreme Buddha advised us, if you meet such a person, what you have to do is, you have to focus your mind for the compassion. You can be compassionate to them and you can feel pity about them. You can think, oh, this poor person, poor thing, he is committing evil things. Eventually, he will get the result of this karma. He will find the consequences of these evil deeds. Then you can feel compassionate about them. But never, ever be angry with them. That is what our great teacher Supreme Buddha advised. It is the fourth type. And here comes the fifth type. Supreme Buddha said, you will find people who do good as well as they speak good and they are very meritorious. We will find people who are filled with good qualities. Then what you have to do? You have to focus on these good qualities which are abundant and clearly seen in them. When you see such people, when you deal with such people, it is very easy to contemplate on the good qualities of people. Dear devotees and my dear children, always remember, never find a fault of a person, never judge a person, because we don't know what is the real story of their life. Sometimes they may act in anger, they may act in the way that we don't like, but sometimes they may have a bad day. Sometimes all of their days are bad. So what we have to do, we have to focus on a good quality of that person. When we focus on a good quality, we will never get angry. We will never get upset with the person. And it is very easy to deal with humans when we are contemplating on the bright side of people. So, when you are living in this society, don't judge people. Don't find the faults of people. Always focus on the bright side of the people. And when it takes to your personal life, you have to focus on your bright side. Sometimes we may have faults, we may have bad qualities. The problem with us is when we see such bad qualities within ourselves, we become sad. We become depressed. We become mentally down because we think, I will never get rid of these bad qualities any day. No, you can do that. You can escape from these bad qualities and you can develop good habits, good qualities. So what you have to do is, you have to think and you have to focus on your bright side. You may have good qualities. Now all of us have good qualities. So what you have to do, you have to focus on those good qualities. The more you focus on the bright side of your life as well as in the others, you will be happy. You can live freely, and also you will get the opportunity to develop wholesome qualities in your mind. So I wish you all, by contemplating on the bright side of the people and as well as you, may you have a happy and wonderful life in this world. When we come to this human world, we had no one to help for our lives except our parents. Parents are the people who greeted us to this world, and they nurtured us, they fed us, and they took care of us. And moreover, they sacrificed a part of their life on behalf of us. So parents are very special people that we find in our lives. But we live in a society where parents are neglected and they are not considered as special people. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, parents are special people to your life. You have to consider those two people, your mother and your father, as special people. Now let me introduce to the words of our great teacher Supreme Buddha about our parents. Supreme Buddha said, Brahmati Mata Pitaro. Our parents are like Brahmas. So who is a Brahma? Brahma consists of 4 divine qualities. What are those qualities? Number 1, Metta, the kindness. Karuna, compassion. Mudita, appreciative joyfulness. And Upekha, the equanimity. These 4 divine qualities are consist with the Brahman, as well as our parents too. Parents do have metta, the kindness towards their children. karuna, mudita, and upekha. All these divine qualities are with our parents toward the children. So we need to give a special place in our life for our parents. Supreme Buddha taught, Brahmati Mata Pitaro. Parents are like Brahmas. Pubbacharya cha vuchare. They are the first teachers of our life. They taught us to walk, how to walk. They taught us how to live our life. And they were the first teachers that we met in our life. Now we learned how to talk by our parents, by listening to their words. So we learned how to talk. Now can you remember how your parents helped you in walking? They hold you from the hands and they taught you how to walk. So we learned to walk by our parents. So that is why our great teacher Supreme Buddha teaches us, parents are your first teachers. Pubbacharya cha uchare. Ahuneya cha puttana. Parents are worthy of gifts and offerings and venerations by their children. Even they come from the long distance far away to see their parents. So Ahuneya cha puttana, they are worthy of offerings. Pajaya anukampaka, parents do have the compassion and they wish for the well-being of their children. So they are the ones who love you the most in your life, children. They are the ones who always think about your development, your benefits, your well-being of your life. So we have to respect those people. Until the end of their life, we have to respect them, we have to look after them, because we are in debt to our parents, because they gave our life and they took care of our life when we could not do anything. When we were little babies, we could not do anything in our life. So what we have to do, when they could not do anything in their life, when they become old, we have to take care of them. We have to give a respect to our parents. So when you are living with your parents, always respect them, look after them, take care of them, and make them happy and proud by doing so many good deeds and helping them. If you give a big concern to your parents, and if you help them, and if you make them happy, you can live a wonderful and happy life by helping your parents. So help your parents, take care of them, and live a happy life. Do we really need a guider or a teacher for our life? Let's learn this from a nice story. One day, there was a kite which was flying up above in the sky. The kite was so happy, and also the kite was so proud about him, because it had reached into a higher level in the sky. The kite still needed to fly furthermore into the sky. But there was an obstacle for this, and that was the string and the person who was holding it. The kite started complaining to the man. The kite said, "I need my freedom. Please give me my freedom. Let go of me." Then the man said, "Do not ever think to escape from me. Do not find the freedom in an unnecessary way. Because of me, you have come to such a height. So do not ever try to be free from me." But the kite still wanted to fly up into the sky. So the kite started pulling up to the sky. All of a sudden, the string was broken. And you know what happened when the string is broken in the kite? The kite suddenly crashed down to the earth, destructing itself because of its own ego. This story is so much related to our lives. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, our life is like a kite which is flying up above in the sky. We always try to fly high. We always like to be successful in our life. So if we gain the success in our life, when we become more knowledgeable, when we become more intelligent, and when everything is going in the right way or the correct way in our life, we tend to think that we don't want the advice and instructions from our parents, from our teachers, and from our elders. But if we lose the guidance and the instructions from our elders, teachers, and parents, we will end up in the same place where the kite was. We will end up in a huge trouble in our life. Dear devotees and my dear children, we all need the guidance of our parents and our teachers. When we came to this world, we knew nothing. Our parents taught us how to walk. They taught us how to eat. And they taught us how to do the day-to-day activities. Our teachers taught us how to speak, how to write, how to learn. Because of them, with the help of them, we are learning so many things in our life. Because of them, we have found the success in our life. So we should always be grateful for them. And don't forget to listen to the guidance and the instructions from your parents and from your teachers. Because even the Supreme Buddha thought, soon after he became enlightened, he thought, living without a teacher, living without the guidance of a teacher is a suffering to the life. So I must find a teacher. But there was no human or a god which had a greater wisdom than our great teacher Supreme Buddha. Finally, Supreme Buddha thought, I must consider this Dhamma, the realization of myself, as my teacher. So even the Supreme Buddha had a teacher. So if even the Supreme Buddha had a teacher, there's nothing to talk about us. We all need the guidance of our teachers and our parents. When you find the success in your life, and when everything is going in the correct way in your life, please do not forget to listen to your parents and to your teachers. Because they have much more greater experience than us. Though you are knowledgeable and intelligent than your parents, it does not mean that you have much more greater life experience than your parents and teachers. They surely have the experience than us. So do not forget to listen and pay attention to those advice and instructions. Because we all need teachers. We all need the guidance, and we all need the help from others. So listen to the advice from your parents and from your teachers and obey them, and please try to follow those advices. If you follow the good advice and instructions from your parents and teachers, you will find the success in your life surely. Namo Buddhaya. Teruvan Saranai.